let's get into my 2026 digital planners. This is the first type of video that I film on YouTube, just sitting with you guys and taking you through my digital planner. So let me know if you guys want more of these down below. If you didn't already know, I do have a small business. It's called Your Name the Label, where I sell digital planners and templates, stationery, notepads, bookmarks, stickers, and more coming soon. I'm going to be taking you through my 2026 digital planners. I do have a beige one and a colorful tabbed one. I'll take you through an overview of both, and then I'll just show you how I would use the planner. All right, so we're going to start with the colorful digital planner. This is the one I'm going to be using this year. I'm bringing more color back into my life. I chose this striped navy blue cover for my colorful planner. And then for the beige planner, I chose this really pretty chocolate brown 2026 cover. I do have 16 covers that you can choose from. Once you get into your digital planner, the first page is the 2026 Remain or Evolve, just like a starting page, and you have all of your colorful tabs on the side here. So for the colorful ones, I went with pastels just to create a nice serene color palette. And then for the beige, it just matches all of the covers. Next, to start off, the first tab right here brings you to the planner index page. So this is an overview of everything that you can click through in your digital planner. So starting over here, we have the 2026 section. So this is the yearly section. We have your year at a glance, important dates, vision board, overall goals, and end of year reflection. Next to it, we have some lifestyle templates. So we have a mood tracker, fitness tracker, savings tracker, meal plan, recipe log, and book log. And the final column to the right has journal templates. So we have narrow lines, wide lines, visual, and lined. Moving on to the middle section here, we have all of your monthly clicks. So we have the monthly calendars, vision boards, budgets, and reflections. And then to the right, we have different note-taking and brain dump templates that you can use as well. Finally, at the bottom here, I created 10 custom sections that you guys can use to implement any additional sections to the digital planner to really make it your own and useful for what you need it for. So this could be recipes, a project that you need to work on for work or for school or for anything personal. And it just allows you to really customize your planner and make it your own. I switched over to the beige digital planner because I've already started working in my colorful one, and I just want to show you a clean overview of it. Here we have our 2026 overview. Everything in here is clickable. So everything has been hyperlinked. So let's say I want to go to February and I want to go to the month in February. I'll just click that and it'll bring me to February right here. If I want to go to February 7th, I'll click the 7 and it'll bring me to the day. And finally, on the left-hand side here, you'll see W1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the weeks. So if I want to go to the 4th week, it'll bring me there. The next page is important dates. So I actually already filled this up, but right now I put everyone's birthdays, some events that I already know are happening, some concerts, and all of that jazz. And then you have your 2026 vision board. So I actually, at this moment, have not even made my 2026 vision board. This is day 4 in January and I still haven't made it. That's not what I usually am about. However, I'm going to be filming this for my personal Instagram, so go check that out if you want to see how I create it. Finally, we have a yearly goals section. So I gave you 2 pages down here, which you can navigate to. Page 2, again, just click it. You want to make sure that if you're trying to click through the hyperlinks, you're on read only up here for your pen to work. If not, your fingers can click through. But here I left space to write a main goal and then action steps to achieve that goal. So I'll give you an example. I want to learn how to sew this year. So I created 4 action steps to get me there. So first, I just want to learn how to hem pants or jeans. I want to create an iPad or laptop sleeve because those are apparently supposed to be easy. Create 2 clothing items and then learn to take in at the waist. So those are my action steps. Finally, you're going to see there's an end of year reflection that you can fill out towards the end of the year. It's just kind of like a journaling section and has 6 questions for you to answer and then space at the bottom for you to visually show moments or events that happen that you want to remember. All right, moving on to the monthly. So all of the months can be clicked through to get to their section here. So I'll go to January. We have January here. So this is the beige one and the colorful one starts you off with a nice baby pink. This is the overview of the month. We have a nice big monthly calendar here that has hyperlinked weeks and days so you can easily get to wherever you need to go. At the bottom, we have spaces for 3 goals for you to achieve for the month and 3 priorities for you to do. plus a notes and reminder section that you can either just jot down ideas or random notes that you need, or you can add like a little mini vision board or visuals that just are cute to kind of like personalize your calendar. So I'll give you an example. This is how I did my colorful planner. So as you can see, I did a little mini board. I have my goals and priorities filled out, and then I started filling out some important days that I need to remember. Every month has a vision board, and January is the month that I did my vision board. Actually, I just haven't done the whole 2026 one. So I started putting in some key things that I want to accomplish in January, and I try to make it more detailed vision board. I actually wrote in some of the goals that I want to achieve to associate to the visuals that I put in, and I actually really love how it turned out. Next, you have 6 habits that you can track throughout the month. So we have 3 habits that are health focused, 3 habits that are self-care focused, and other habits that you just want to keep track of. We have our monthly budget tracker here that you can just keep track of all of your financial goals and spending habits. So this is where the week starts. So the weekly overview, I gave you a lot of space here to write down just things that you need to do every day. On the right side, you have a hyperlink to navigate back to the monthly calendar. We also have a little focus section on what you need to focus on this week, 5 habits that you want to track if you prefer doing weekly habit trackers rather than monthly, your top 3 priorities, and then a bunch of to-dos for the week, plus a little section for notes and reminders. Again, all of the days here are hyperlinks. So let's say I want to go to today's date. I'll click on the 4th, and it'll bring you to that day. For the daily overview, I have a schedule going from 4 a.m. to 12 a.m. depending on if you're an early bird or a night owl. Very faintly, you're gonna see I added a dotted line separation to separate by the half hour if you need to be that detailed. I really love using this when I have meetings that are only half an hour, or I really want a time block to maximize my time during the day. At the top, you have a little mood tracker just to keep track of your moods, and I think it's just a fun addition to the day. And then to the right, you have a hyperlink to navigate to the weekly spread. The way that I broke up the day is I added top 3 priorities to accomplish throughout the day, tasks that you must complete, tasks if you have time for, and then tasks that are moved to tomorrow. And I really love digital planning because it's very easy to cut and paste into the section that you need it to be in. And then finally, I just have a little spot for any notes that you just need to jot down throughout the day. We're going back to our planner index section to go to the next section. So we're gonna go to lifestyle templates. So you can either click through here, or I have a little templates tab at the bottom that you can click through. So when I go to the templates, the first template that you're going to see is a daily mood tracker. You can customize as you wish. I put some examples over here of different moods that you can track, and I left little spaces at the top for you to color in whatever color you want to associate to that mood, and then you can color in that day to see how you feel. Next, we have fitness tracker. So this tracks the workout that you're doing, the targeted muscle group, and the date that you're doing it. You list your exercises, your reps and weights, and the sets that you've done. At the bottom, we have a little spot for cardio, so you can put the exercise, the distance, the time, pace, and if you're done or not. And then finally, there's a little tracker for any intakes. What I love about these trackers is that you can actually copy and paste the template and use it as many times as you need. Next, we have a little savings tracker. So this is good for if you have a specific project that you want to save for. So at the top here, you just list what you're saving for, the goal amount, and then the starting balance that you have saved already. And then you can track the day, the amount, and the balance as you start to save. We have a weekly meal plan template, so it's just Monday to Sunday, some ideas for next week, and then a grocery list for you to track what you need to pick up in order to accomplish the meals that you planned. We have a little recipe log, so this I absolutely love. I've been trying to cook more, so I'm really going to try to utilize this. You can write the name of the recipe up here. I added a little Polaroid for you to take a picture once you've done the recipe or the recipe that you've grabbed off of Pinterest. We have the prep time, cook time, servings, and calories, the category that it's in, and the type of cuisine, a list for all your ingredients, the rating that you give it once you actually try it, and then the directions and some extra notes. We have a reading tracker, so you can track the books you've read, what you rate it, and the title and the authors. Moving on to the next section, we do have different journal templates. So I am big on physical journaling, but if you want to use your digital planner to journal, I have added some templates here. So there's narrow lines, wide lines, and visual and line. So it's really just a simple template. You can add the date of when you're starting to journal. These are the narrowed lines and these are the wide lines. And then this one's a little fun one. It kind of is inspired by junk journaling, but you can add little visuals at the top of what specific thing that you're journaling about, and then you can write down everything at the bottom here. The final template sections, we have notes and brain dump. So I added 5 different note-taking templates that you can use. We have lined paper, Cornell paper, bullet paper, grid paper and blank paper. Very self-explanatory. The lined paper is literally just lined paper. So the Cornell paper is, I think, more focused for schoolwork, so you can write just quick keywords to associate what you're writing and a little summary at the bottom. Then we have dotted paper, so I'll zoom in so you could see. So this dotted paper is really for anyone that needs something more freeing to write about or draw or anything, if you want to use it as a mind map and stuff like that. We have grid paper if you need to use it for anything with math, drawing, etc. And then finally, I just gave you some blank pages just to go along with the tabs, so that if you need to really be free and just brain dump, this is your go-to. The final part of the digital planner is the custom section. So all of these are hyperlinked so that you can really create whatever you want in your section. So if I go to section 1, so you'll see the cover looks like this. So you can write essentially what you need this section to be right here. And then what's great about this is you can go back to any of the templates here. So let's say I want to create a recipes log. I'll go to the recipes and I'll go up here. I'll copy the page. I'll go back here. I'll go to my section. So I want this to be my recipe journal. I'm at an odd angle, so my handwriting looks really bad, but let's say I want that. I'll go back here, I'll click here, go to the section. So then I'll go to this little icon here to add a page and I'll paste the page. And if you swipe right, you have your recipe template saved right here. So this is how you can create your custom section. So if I want recipe books, if I want to do tracking my workouts, I need a project that I need to manage and I want to use any of the note papers or stuff like that, you can create your custom pages like this. So I'll just swipe through all the 16 covers that you can choose from. So first we have the gang imprint. We have brown, green, purple, and yellow. We have the big 2026. So we have blue, brown, burgundy, and purple. We have a little journal inspired one. So we have blue, brown, green, and pink. And then finally we have the stripe one. So we have navy, pink, like a little purple periwinkle, and red. So I really hope you found this video useful and that you're ready to set your intentions for 2026. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more of these videos. I really want to film more small business diary style vlog just to take you behind the scenes on what I'm working on with my small business. So let me know and leave a comment down below if you're more of a digital planner person or you prefer a physical planner. I do have some notepads if you like that sort of stuff. So let me know and I hope you guys have a great day.